All right, guys, welcome back to day 3 of, and the final day of the Mindset Mastery mini course. Thanks for being here. Thank yourselves again, acknowledge yourself for completing, if you finished the duration of this video, for completing this, for showing up. Again, 99% of the most successful people, I'll keep saying it, just show up. It's such a simple thing to do in theory, but our patterns, our conditionings, our desires sometimes have us not showing up, have us going back on our word of what we said we're committed to doing. So take a moment to congratulate yourself. Woo, yeah. Okay. Now, can you congratulate yourself for doing? And here's the thing, I didn't tell you to do this. I didn't specifically give you this command or this action or this recommendation on yesterday's, on day 2 of the mini course. However, I did invite you to write down a new habit that you wanted to create to move you towards what it is that you say that you want. My question to you is, did you start day 1 of your habit? Did you put into action what you say and what intuitively you know that is going to bring you towards that goal of what you say you want and ultimately create a life that you dream of? And so if you didn't, no judgment, all good. And if you did, congratulations, that's amazing. Not all of us, let me say this, we all have the willpower to put ourselves into action. However, if we have habits of not putting ourselves into action, of being lazy, of not believing we can do it, of this doesn't work, I've tried this before, this type of mentality, it's probably likely that you didn't take action on this thing. And sometimes we need someone there to support us, to coach us, to tell us what to do. I say all the time to my coach, I said, just tell me what to do. I'm gonna give you all of my problems. I'm gonna tell you all of my goals and what I think the direction is I wanna go. And I'm just looking for a little bit of guidance. It's because sometimes we can have multiple different thoughts and we can, well, if I do this, but then if I do this, then I could be better, but what about this? And that brings me really to a story that I want to share with you guys. We'll start off this, the final day, with a little story of myself back in school when I was younger. I'm 33 now, so my whole life really, up until 10th grade. So from when I was 6 years old, starting in preschool, kindergarten, all the way up until 10th grade, I would get a mark on my report card that would say, does not exhibit self-control. So I had no self-control. For me to be able to sit here in front of a camera and speak as clearly as I'm speaking without getting distracted and actually deliver a message that makes sense is a miracle. I suffered from ADHD my entire life. I couldn't stay focused in class. I was the kid I was never seated properly. I was either on my knees, I had my leg up on the desk, not because I was disrespectful, because I couldn't get comfortable. My nervous system was imbalanced. Another reason was because I just wasn't interested in what was being taught. I wanted to be out. I wanted to be playing around with kids. I wanted to be talking. I wanted to be communicating with them. And so, for myself, I couldn't ever learn. I was good at math because math came easy to me. There was an equation. This is how you get the answer. I'm a very analytical type of person, so that was easy for me. It made sense, so I was good at it. But things like history, geography, language arts and writing, I struggled with, especially reading. I could read, I just couldn't comprehend what I was reading. I couldn't make sense of it. And I struggled. I struggled a lot. And, you know, the system that was in place, I just, I would blame my teachers. I would blame the system. I would blame the method of, and, I've tried this before. It doesn't work. Some people say study, in this way, or, that's because you have to take notes and underline or highlight it. I've tried it all. Make note cards. It didn't work. It didn't work for me. It wasn't until later on in my life that I started to find these tools and techniques to help balance my nervous system, to help quiet my mind. Meditation, breath work, yoga, personal development, mindset, affirmations, journaling, these types of things that allowed me to start to balance my nervous system, quiet my mind so that I could focus. So it wasn't necessarily that I wasn't capable. It was just I didn't have the right system. I didn't have the right tools and techniques for me to be able to focus and start to comprehend. So if you're out there and you're telling yourself, I've tried this before, I've gone through courses, or I'm not capable because I can't comprehend things. I've tried meditation, it doesn't work for me. I think too much. Whatever the case may be, I invite you to have open eyes. Remember in the beginning when I talked to you guys about what's expected of you to get results, it's to be open to new possibilities. And it's to get out of the survival mechanism of I need to be right about something and I need to be in control. And instead, I'm open to new possibilities. I believe in myself, and maybe I don't know how right now, but the how is not really, it's actually a small percentage of what really matters. 90, they say that 90 to 99% of what matters is your intention, your mindset. If your intention is, I want to, in 90 days, shift my thinking so that I can become a more confident person. And if you hold that in your mind and your intention every day, you tell yourself, and every day, the mechanism that you choose, the how am I going to do this? That's only 1 to 10%. Because as long as you have that will and that intention, the mechanism will show up. You'll try one thing, you'll fail, or I don't even like to say fail, you'll learn from it. You'll take a little piece of whatever you just did and didn't work, and you'll take a little piece of that and you'll bring it with you along the journey. You'll do something else, bring a little piece of that, and eventually you just climb your way up the ladder until you reach that feeling of confidence, or whatever it is that the goal is that you have. Developing a strong relationship with your mom, your dad, your child, getting better grades in class, improving your athletic performance, whatever it is for you, it's the intention. In addition, it's also that belief of I'm worth it. I'm worth it and I'm deserving of this in my life. Regardless of what my past might have been, regardless of me trying it before and it's not working, you must believe that you're worth it and you're deserving of it and you're capable. I want you to really tap into what was that one thing in the beginning of day one that I said, why are you here? You really need to tap into that each and every single day, and you need to feel it. So take a moment right now, actually. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to feel what it is that you said that you want. If you want a deeper relationship with your mother, I want you to think about, visualize standing in front of your mother, being able to look her in the eyes with eyes of love and compassion, being able to hug her, being able to laugh with her. How does her laugh look? How does it make you feel? And then feel it inside of you. Allow yourself to feel it. Do you get goosebumps? Does it make your heart race? Do you start to cry? Whatever it is, allow it. It's okay. Because when you can learn to feel again, it makes the experience real again. And you start to elevate your vibration, and you match your vibration with what it is that you want to create in your life. And if you've never experienced that joy, that openness, that harmony with your mother, use the feeling of another relationship where you experience that. And imagine, picture your mom smiling, and then feel it. Really feel it. Good. Keep breathing, keep feeling it. These are the habits and the practices that must be put into place on a daily basis in order for you to start to create the life that you desire. It can't just be a one-off thing. It can't be one day and then hope and pray and not take any action, and then hopefully it'll show up. Keep breathing. Use this moment. Again, we don't have to take leaps and bounds. We don't need to do an hour meditation. A simple 2-minute little presencing moment where you feel into it can really support you. Good. And if you're closing your eyes, you can open your eyes now. And just continue to hold that. Hold that experience throughout your day, even after you finish here on day 3. Because again, something greater than you must drive you to have you get what you want in life. Okay, it's going to help you. Your big why is going to help you. And here's the thing. Sometimes we must make sacrifices. Again, suffering is inevitable. So for example, I really, really, really want to have the anxiety and the stress and the depression and my negative self-talk go away. Well, guess what? You might have to sacrifice 15 minutes a day, twice a day. And guess what? That might require you to stop watching movies that make you feel anxious or depressed, even though you like watching movies. Or it might create a sacrifice of disassociating with someone in your life that maybe bullies you, name calls you, and doesn't put you in that state of feeling how you want to feel. These are sacrifices that you must be willing to make. So my question to you is, grab a piece of paper and a pen, and I want you to write down, in order to get my goal, the reason why I'm here, this big why, my biggest goal, what is 1 to 3 sacrifices that I am willing to make to have it happen? Are you willing to sacrifice TV? Let's say you want to lose weight, are you willing to sacrifice watching TV? Are you willing to sacrifice snacking on chips and ice cream? Are you willing to commit yourself to a program that's going to help you create accountability? Are you willing to get a coach? Right? Are you willing to invest in yourself? Are you willing to try new ways and new things that you've never tried before? Are you willing to set a boundary with your spouse or your parents and say, you know what, listen, I'm not going to be able to do this with you today because I have to do my meditation. What are the sacrifices you're willing to make? Okay. So if you haven't finished with that, I mean, you can write more than 3 if you'd like. But if you haven't finished with that, you can always pause it or come back later on and finish that up for yourself. But what I want to do before we come to this closing of day 3 is I want to take us through a breath journey, because I want to make sure that I'm giving you some tools and techniques to take along with you that are going to help you to really transform yourself, to create new habits in your life, right? Day one, we did a meditation. Day two, we focused on how to create effective habits. Day three, I want to talk about your breath and the power of your breath. And there's many more techniques that I offer in my 30-day challenge, that I offer in the Performance Academy, in the Inner Circle, if you're looking to have a whole variety of resources for you. But what I want to talk about now is the power of your breath. Now, I talked about before in day two of survival, and how we're animalistic beings, so we must eat and drink so that we can survive. But what I didn't mention is we also need to breathe to survive, right? And breathing is a common thing that is just not really talked about, or hasn't been until recently. And it's kind of funny because we talk about the importance of nutrition and hydrating, but we don't talk about the importance of breath. When if you don't breathe for a couple minutes, you're dead, right? And so I think the reason why that people really didn't talk about it is because we never had this awareness of the power of it. And also because it's an automatic thing. I don't have to sit here and think about breathing. I'm breathing right now. You're breathing right now. You're not thinking about it. So we have an automatic breathing, but we also have a conscious breathing, a way that we can tap into our breath and create awareness of our breath. Similarly, if we are lifting weights, right? If we go into the gym and we lift weights, hey, pick up this weight. We can pick up the weight with a bent back, with poor posture. We can have a lot of weight on one side of our body, and we can lift it improperly. We can lift it. It's successful. Our ultimate goal is to lift the weight. Same with breathing. Our ultimate goal is to breathe so that we can survive. But it's not the most effective way, right? We're not taught the proper form. We're not taught the proper technique, how to engage certain muscles. Similarly with breathing, similarly with training the mind, which is a muscle, right? We're not taught this stuff in everyday life. And that's why it's my mission to support you all in that. We have three types of education. We have the educational system, we have education from our parents, and then we have real life world experience learning and education. The thing is, we never get the real life world scenario stuff until we're out of college, and then we just kind of learn on the fly. But then we're already in such a survival mode of, I gotta hurry up and make money, and then get my job, and then go to sleep and wake up and make money and that you never really learn how to optimize life. And so that's what I'm here to inject it into you. I'm here to fill you up with all of these beautiful tools and techniques that can help you really transform your life. So got off track. Super passionate. I love this. Let me get back on track. So with the breath, right? Training our breath. Okay, when we can become aware of our breath, we'll notice that the majority of people, one, they don't breathe correctly. They breathe from the chest, right, instead of the belly. They don't activate the diaphragm, which is the main muscle in breathing. And they're breathing very shallow. They're not taking full breaths, okay? So it's like doing like a bicep curl, but you're only going up like halfway. It's like a shallow breath, right? You're not maximizing the capacity. You're not performing at your greatest potential. And especially with breath, if you're not getting the proper oxygen and CO2 intake and outtake, you're significantly affecting your energy levels, which is going to affect your performance. You're affecting the oxygen in the blood, being able to get to the proper organs and areas of your body so that you can be healthy and operate at maximum capacity. So our breath is super important, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a beginner breath session for a moment, and then we're going to do an advanced breath session Feel free to participate in either or neither of the two. The reason why I want to give it an advanced one is to really show you the power of your breath and how it could really help transform your life. Okay? So all you're going to do is, again, just like the meditation, sit up tall, elongate the spine if you feel comfortable doing so. Otherwise, sit down with your feet on the ground in a chair, or again, lying down would be the final option. Now for this one in particular, if you lying down could be a little bit more beneficial for the first exercise because it makes it a little bit easier for you to understand. However, sitting up is perfectly fine as well. So all we're going to do is we're going to do what's called a three-part breath. And first I'm going to explain it to you so that you understand it, and then we'll go through the process for a couple of breaths. So again, like I said, most of us, we breathe from the chest. So what we do is we inhale and we fill the chest. And then we exhale and the chest goes down. Okay? The proper breathing is actually, the breath is going to originate from the lower abdomen, and it's going to inhale, it's going to come up to the chest, and as you exhale, it goes down from the chest, back and out the abdomen. Also, when most of us inhale, we inflate the chest and we deflate the stomach. I can't even do it anymore. But as you exhale, we put the stomach out and we let the chest go. It's actually the opposite. So when you inhale down here, we're going to expand. We're going to expand the lower abdomen. Everything just starts to expand. Lower abdomen, part 1. Part 2, expand the rib cage, open. Part 3, expand the chest, open. As you exhale, deflate the chest, deflate the rib cage, deflate the abdomen. And when you deflate the abdomen, you can even like squeeze your abs and feel like you're pushing out all that last breath of air. It's like, I have no air left. That's the proper way to breathe. Now we don't have to struggle with it. In the beginning, it might feel uncomfortable, it might feel weird for you. Like anything in life, new things require practice, new things might be uncomfortable. Again, consistency, showing up, doing the work. Okay, so let's practice that. So again, feel free to close your eyes. You can keep the eyes open. You can watch me. It's up to you. But we're going to inhale. So slow inhale through the nose. Expand the lower stomach. And then expand the rib cage. And then expand the chest. Hold. And now as we exhale, let go of the chest. Deflate the rib cage. And then deflate the abs and push that breath out. Tuck the belly button in towards the spine. Good, and repeat. Inhale. Stomach, rib cage, chest. Exhale, chest, rib cage, stomach. Let's do a couple more here. Inhale. And exhale. Also make sure the shoulders are relaxed, the spine is elongated. 2 more. Inhale. Stomach, rib cage, chest. Exhale, chest, rib cage, stomach. Feel the diaphragm muscle working. Inhale. And exhale. Great. Awesome. Good work. Okay, so throughout your day, as you feel anxious, as you feel stressed, as you feel depressed, one of the simplest ways to get yourself out of that mind state and tap back into the present moment is to simply focus on your breathing. And one of the great ways to do so is to practice breathing that is effective, full, and proper. So you can utilize this method to simply get yourself back into the present moment and ultimately just to support your body in operating at maximum efficiency. So the final breath we're going to do is a technique called the Wim Hof method. And you can find him all over the internet. His nickname is the Iceman. He's set records of being in the ice and trekking Mount Everest in just shorts and some ice shoes. Pretty awesome dude. And so this is a breathing technique that he coined the term for. He used his name to coin the term. And we're going to practice that right now. And so it's a very simple method in theory, but when you do it, it can be quite overwhelming. It could be very intense, and you could experience feelings of lightheadedness. Again, I am not a doctor. I am not, someone who could advise you to do this and or don't do this. If you have things like heart issues or something with your lungs, or you get lightheaded easily, or any other medical condition, please consult a physician or a doctor before doing so. Again, this is all on your own terms. No responsibility over here, okay? So that's just my little preface into this. Now, I will say that in my experience, what I've noticed is that when I feel the lightheadedness, I still feel it. But when I can surrender and let go of holding on to this, oh my God, I'm gonna faint, and I just let it kind of like dissipate and move out of my head, move out of my ears, and just allow it to flow out of me, the lightheadedness goes away, and I actually start to experience feelings of bliss and joy and peace and calmness. So if you are willing to, if you are able to get to that state, I invite you to do so. And do as best as you can. You don't have to do it as much as and to the extent that I'm instructing it. Do whatever feels comfortable for you, and you can always work your way up to doing this. I started out doing 20 breaths, and now I do 40, sometimes 50 breaths. I used to do it once a day. Now I do it 3 to 4 times a day. I actually do this anytime I start to feel low energy, depressed, anxiety, etc. Okay, so let's get into it. This is how it works. You're simply going to inhale through the mouth as deep and as full as you can, and then there is no exhale. The exhale will happen naturally, but what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to inhale through the mouth. You're going to reach the maximum. Naturally, the breath is going to fall, and what you want to do is you want to inhale to the maximum as quickly as possible each time. So what's going to happen is if this is your maximum to start, you're going to hit it, but as you keep inhaling, you're going to push that maximum. The maximum is going to go up, and you're actually getting so much oxygen into your body. That's what creates that lightheadedness effect, but that also is what creates the effect of the dopamine serotonin rush, which creates that happy, blissful feeling. And ultimately, you become like supercharged. It all goes to your organs. It helps to heal the organs in the body. All right, so if you need to watch me do it before you start, feel free. And again, it's a notice how I'm not, it also, really quickly, it also helps to, if you lift your shoulders as you're inhaling and you keep your head up and your chest open, that'll help the air to move through. But again, as if you watch me, I'm not actually exhaling through my mouth or my nose. Okay, it's going to be intense. After you finish 20 to 30, okay? If you can only do 10, it's fine. I invite you to go to 20. If you feel like you can go to 30, go for it. After the last one that you do, you're going to exhale all the way out. So push it out, squeeze those abs in, get the air out, and then lock and sit and keep the air out. Now, we're not used to holding the air out. We're used to holding the air in, right? Hold your breath. It's much easier. Out, oftentimes becomes a panic because we don't practice it and that muscle is not trained. So you're going to hold it out as long as you can. Do your best to hold. Then once you feel like, crap, I need to inhale, you're going to inhale, hold for 15 seconds, and then exhale. What I want you to do is when you hold the breath out and in, and then you finish, notice your state. How are things around me? Typically for me, lots of things get very quiet. The sound kind of, to me, gets more quiet, and my vision becomes more clear. At first, it kind of gets like, almost like like I'm in a dream state, because everything starts to get calm and I can focus much more easily, and it allows me to get more present. All right, so let's try it. Let's go for it. So 20, 30, whatever you feel, 10, whatever's comfortable for you. And again, inhale as deep as you can. Expand, expand, expand. And once you get to your last one, exhale. Hold it out as long as you can. When you can't hold out anymore, inhale. Hold 15 seconds. And then exhale. All right, let's try it. Ready? And begin. Whenever you feel the need to inhale, feel free to inhale deeply through the nose, hold the breath for 15 seconds. And when you're complete, come back to normal breathing, slow, long, deep breathing. If you want, practice the 3-part breath. And slowly start to just notice your surroundings. Does my body feel more calm? Does things look a little bit more quiet, at peace? Do I feel more focused and present? This is the power of breath. Imagine we practice this consistently, and especially in times when we feel nervous or stressed or anxious, can quickly, within a couple minutes, that was probably a minute, bring us back to the present moment, oxygenate, bring health and healing to our body. Okay? So these are some of the things that I teach and I support people with and help create new habits, consistency in my coaching, in my inner circle. I even have a 30-day challenge that will be launching before the end of August 13th, 2021. So if you're interested in continuing this practice, definitely book a call with me. Let's talk. Let's talk about what it is you're committed to. I really want to learn what is the reason that you're here for this 3-day mini course. What's the reason? What's the biggest goal that you have right now in your life? And then I want you to think about, if I were to have that goal happen, how would it make me feel? What would be the result? Would I experience happiness, joy? Would I feel more confident? Would it bring more love into my life? If I got this new job, would that money make me feel more secure? Would it create freedom in my life? If I helped cultivate a stronger relationship with my intimate partner, with my mom, with my dad, with my brother, my sister, my best friend, what would that feel like for you? What would that create in your life? How would that shift your life? And really tap into that, because that's what's going to drive you. That's what's going to move you to take action. Remember, sometimes we need to take sacrifices in life. And I think one of the biggest sacrifices and the most necessary sacrifices that you can take is the sacrifice to invest in yourself. The best investment you can make is in you, because everything comes from you. When you start to believe that you have the power, that you are the creator of everything in your life, and you become accountable for that, that's when you start to create the life that you love. And it all starts with you. And the only way that you're really going to truly want to continue on this journey is you must believe that you're worthy, that you're deserving, that you're capable. And listen, I'm here to tell you that as soon as I lose track of my purpose, of why I'm doing this, as soon as I start to isolate and think I can do it on my own, and I leave my community, I don't continue to have coaching and support, what happens? My old habits come back up. I start to eat food late in the day. I start to play video games. I start to find things to distract me, to make me feel comfortable, because it's my old patterns of wanting to keep me safe. And if that sounds like you, then book a call. Come learn more. All I want to do is hear about what are your dreams, what are your passions. Because ultimately, if you want to create results in your life, there must be a consistency. Showing up 1% each day, getting 1% better each day, consistently, being truly committed, having the courage to step outside of your comfort zone, to be open to something new that might not have worked in the past, but trusting that you are here in this moment for a reason, and having faith that you are guided intuitively. And all of this, your courage, your commitment, your consistency, and with patience, you will create momentum. And this momentum will create results, the result that you want in your life. So allow yourself to be supported, allow yourself to be guided, allow yourself to be coached, and just remember, you're powerful. You can do this. Whether it's on your own, whether it's with me, whether it's with another coach, whether it's with my community, whether it's with another community, you deserve it ultimately. If you want to take these practices that you learned today and start to create consistency for yourself, and that's what you're going to do for now to get started, go for it. If in a month or two you realize, these practices are great, but I want more, book a call. Feel free to reach out. But ultimately, my invitation to you is take action. Take action, because if you don't take action, you'll never create the life that you want. You are blessed to be here. 1 in 400 trillion odds of being here on this earth. For all we know, you get one life. So my question to you is, how are you going to choose to live this life? The time is now. Make the choice. Invest in you. I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for tuning in to this mini course. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please leave a comment below. I would love for you to share on your social media. Tag me at Elevate with Andrew on TikTok, on Instagram, Facebook, Andrew Christian Weingart. Please feel free to leave feedback. I love a testimony as well. If you feel called to do that, would love a testimony. And really just ultimately wanting to get the word out there. If you have friends or family that you think could benefit from this free mini course, please send them the link. Have them reach out to me. I'm just committed to having you have the life that you want and helping others experience the growth and the benefits of these tools and techniques and teachings that I learned that I wish I had 16 years ago. So let's start off early. And even if you are older, that's okay as well. There's no better time to start than now. So thank you for being here again. My name is Andrew Weingart, and always, always, always stay elevated, my friends. Peace.